was crossing way too hard to impress the boys and I paid for it. We're fucking freezing. So what I took on the trip in its entirety, two 25-litre saddlebags, dustproof and waterproof. Just throw these over the bike, and then they got some simple clip systems on at the front and then one across the rear. They only fell off, or half fell off once, so they work pretty well. If anything, I would like an external zipper pocket just for some easy access. And then my full motocross gear, including the bag. The bag went with Vlad in the support vehicle, and then everything else I was wearing. Okay, so we'll unpack them and go through everything that we've got. Okay, so let's start unpacking. 4 clips, really simple. And then just unroll it. Okay, so my clothing for the trip, my wet weather gear, then just a raincoat, my cold weather gear, thermal pants and a windbreaker / thermal top. Then my after hours gear, a pair of pants, a pair of shorts, a t-shirt, my mum's handmade beanie. I actually lost one, but this is my backup beanie. If you want one, drop a comment, mum's beanie, in the comment section below, and I'll see what you can do. She watches my videos and that'll be the first time she hears about that. One pair of spare socks. A pair of flip-flops, and then of course a flannel. That was it. More than enough. I didn't wear the thermal pants. I could have used them, but didn't bother throwing them on. So not a lot of clothes for 7 days on the bike. I rode in the riding gear, which you'll see shortly, and one other pair of socks and a pair of jocks. Just one pair of jocks throughout. There's more than enough clothing for me. Okay, medical for the trip. I went a little bit heavy this time. We were a little bit more isolated in it on the bigger bike, so faster speeds, more chance of serious injury. So tourniquet, it'll just save your life. Takes a couple of seconds to throw that on. Most of the guys ran a tourniquet each. Couple of emergency bandages, good for large hemorrhages, again stop the bleeding. A good gauze bandage and plenty of it so that I could pack wounds or use it as a bandage. And then your standard travel first aid kit for all that minor stuff. Didn't use any of this stuff, so it will get used again on the next adventure. Okay, on to the important stuff for me and making these videos. The DJI Mini Mavic Pro 4, the controller and the drone, a tough case for each, a battery for the drone inside it, a battery charger with 2 spare batteries. Then the Insta360 action camera, the mount for the handlebars, most of the time it was mounted on the helmet, and then the remote that was also attached to the handlebars. A battery in it and 3 spare batteries. What I did realise is I need additional storage, so I will get an extra SSD card before I go on the next adventure. Oh yeah, look at this. And we got the GoPro. I lost the GoPro, but Vlad found it and got it back to me. So a mount for the GoPro, a tough case. This was rear mounted so I could catch the guys behind me. Two spare batteries and the charger. Then the Holyland Mark II microphone. This allows me to give me the commentary. I can plug that into either the Insta360 or the GoPro. And then all my accessories. So also a remote for the GoPro, charging station for the Insta360 camera, then all the accessories for the microphone, because each camera takes a different setup, then my universal adapter and plenty of USB and charging ports for nighttime, then extra accessories in here, so spare blades for the drone, spare mounts for the GoPro and the camera, and then the leads tucked in behind it. The biggest problem was trying to prioritise what to charge first. And then power bank. If we ever had accommodation that didn't have power, at least I've got a power bank. And for some on the road, if I was using data too much. Most of the time I just used Guru Maps, an offline mapping tool. So I'd download the maps before I go, plot our intended route, which I could adjust either online or offline, and then I'd have the offline maps based off GPS all the time. So your phone's always going to be, or nearly always going to be in range of GPS, but you may not have cell service. So the Guru Maps allows you to use the mapping tool offline, so you don't need cell service. Okay, the extras, wet ones, always take wet ones with you no matter where you're going. They're great for everything. Travel towel, again, really handy. Swimming at lunchtime, or if the hotel or wherever we're staying didn't provide towels. Head torch, Leatherman's, that just lives in my camelback, so I've always got it with me on the bike. My water bottle and my hydration tablets. So the boys are having beers each day with lunch. 1, I don't drink beer. 2, I need my electrolytes. My surgeries have left me. My immune system, all sorts of fucked up. So if I can just throw the water bottle in there, let it cool off, we'll have some lunch. Then I'll probably also do some Jaeger because it's medicinal. That's the only reason. Okay, what a spot, eh? And I've got a camelback, so I've got additional water with me all the time as well. And then the Jägermeister. So myself and Rhett came up with the tradition of a shot a day at the start of the day on the 2022 Monkey Run. I'm not really sure how we come up with it, but the whole premise or thinking was that if we're going to have a bad day, at least it started off well with a nice shot. So we've continued that, and it seems to be working well. No one's dead yet, so it's working. Okay, so out of that stuff, my nighttime clothes or after riding clothes and my water bottle and electrolyte tablets went with Vlad in the vehicle. I just grabbed these out at lunch when I would stop. I had a camelback. I don't like putting these in the camelback because camelback gets pretty gross. So that went with Vlad, everything else on the bike. Okay, onto the real fun stuff, everyone's favourite protective gear. Just wearing my full motocross setup. So motocross pants. I brought pants with pockets for this trip. It was a great addition. Motocross top, gloves, little face protector and neck warmer. My one pair of jocks and socks that got me through. More than enough for 7 days on a bike. Helmet with goggles, a couple of mounts. My top one's ripped off at the moment. For the Insta360, my boots. And coming down to the chest protector and neck protector, they work better as a system, so you don't have to, but the neck protector can be worn by itself, or it can clip into the chest protector here, and then it slides down this back plate. So the back neck piece will slide down here, and then the camelback can go over the top quite comfortably. The neck protector is perfectly comfortable. Initially I didn't like it, but I've got restricted range of motion in my neck anyway. I've got a steel plate in there due to the fracture, so this just gives me a lot of comfort. I've landed on my head multiple times now and my neck just does not move. Honestly, I won't ride a bike without this on, a big bike. I'll ride the mini bikes without this on. Then my camelback and, like I said, the Leatherman in the back there. Easy. So after each adventure, everything comes back to here, to my charging station. So everything can charge at the top where I can see it and get some airflow through it. And then in the top drawer is all my electronics. So I know that when I want to go ride, I just go grab the GoPro and everything that needs to go with it, or the Insta360 and everything that needs to go with it. Then down the bottom, my accessories, the drone, things like that. And then as far as storage, I've got the TNAS 4-bay system. I've got two 8TB drives in there at the moment. The other two are empty. Really, it just gives me 8TB of storage for all these videos, because the other one is replicated. In case I lose one, I should keep the other. Not a bad little system set up for a guy that has no idea what he's doing. When I lose things like the GoPro, it really doesn't bother me. In the end, Vlad found it and gave it back to me. But you know, I've crashed the drone and broken it. I've lost the GoPro. This stuff's brought to be used. I obviously care about it, but if it breaks, I'll just go buy another one. It's not the end of the world. I buy this stuff to go and use it, not to put it on a shelf and never be touched.